Hey, I'm Jazz, and I struggle to find the joy in parenting sometimes. Notice how I framed that. I didn't say my kids are a nightmare. I said I struggle to find the joy. I'm taking ownership of the fact that I can control how I feel rather than going, these kids are driving me mad, because that's also a choice. It's a choice to abdicate and give in. When I was growing up, my parents abused me physically, sexually, mentally. I grew up in and out of foster care. I felt worthless, not valued. I hated myself. I had a terrible teenage time living on the streets. And I made it through. And I had amazing adults in my life who were mainly teachers, actually, who believed in me before I could believe in myself. So my big fear around being a parent is that I'm going to make the same mistakes. So I have these incredibly high expectations for myself, especially when my kids were young. I'm never going to make a mistake. I'm never going to get it wrong. I'm never going to make them feel anything but loved. And it nearly killed me. I mean, it was impossible. I just felt like a wreck all the time because I never allowed myself the chance to make a mistake. And for me, I didn't want to. I knew I'd never beat my kids or abuse my kids in the way that my parents treated me. But I even set the bar, I don't even want to tell them off or raise my voice or say a bad word. And it put so much pressure and anxiety on me that I became this kind of hollow shell of stress. And that's what my kids had in front of them every day. Someone who was like in Inside Out, like the fear character. That was me. I was purple and thin and the whole time and trying to keep it in and contained. I've got 3 kids. The eldest is 16, the youngest is 8. And if there's one thing I've learned, it's that the way that I love them is imperfect. And that's great. Because no one's perfect. And if I get it wrong and own it and say, look, I think I'm making this bit up. I don't know if it's going to work. All I've got to go on is how I love you and I want the best for you. So help me out here. Then they actually see you as more human and more together. There's a moment with your kids when they're little. When my daughter was little, I've got 1 girl, 2 boys. When my daughter was little and she just loved everything, princessy. And she was always like, oh, mummy, I love you. You're the best. And I knew everything. I was just basically awesome to her. And then as she grows up, she sort of goes to school and realises, I don't know everything. And it's kind of I feel like I may have been slightly hoodwinked. And then there's a journey of independence that I'm come back to me, be my baby. And then I see this amazing young woman develop and she's turned into the 16-year-old that she is the woman I want to be when I grow up. It's this amazing journey. And we're not always going to get it right. But if we stay intentional rather than being driven by fear, together with all those emotions, and with the people that support us, we can actually do a job that is worth celebrating. So make a choice, because the story you tell yourself, that's the story you're writing. If you tell yourself you're no good at this and you're struggling, that's your future. If you tell yourself that up until now you've struggled, but from now on you're going to do something different, you're going to try harder, that's your future. It's your choice. Also, make sure your kids have got plenty of food, because it just keeps them quiet. I noticed during this lockdown, my kids eat 3 times a day. Is that normal? They want meals 3 times a day, for goodness sake. It's driving me to insanity. But at the same time, that's 3 opportunities for me to sit with them and chat, find out about their lives, and realise that somehow I have managed to generate 3 amazing humans. Thank you, everybody else in my family, community and friendship groups, and especially school. It's made a difference.